Jaguar Wright is on a mission, and she's recently confirmed that the Freak Off audio featuring Meek Mill and Diddy is genuine.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
This is Mr. Chef, aka Brother Williams, and I'm here proving myself to the nation. And I'm here with a half production video. I want to know what y'all think about this, man. What you have to say about the audio. All right, for the sake of global community.
And then eating milk, running around, talking about expensive pain
now,
in his ass.
Wait, this is Philly you're talking about now. Wait a minute, Jack.
Meek.
Wait a minute.
He's a Fruit Loop. He Diddy fied.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried period. He Diddy fied. He Diddy fried. He the Diddy do-I-bop. Fuck Meek. Real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out there.
A former bodyguard of Diddy has shared a clip he claims to have recorded on his phone. The audio features two men, allegedly Diddy and Meek Mill, engaging in intimate acts. The bodyguard also says that the drinks that night were spiked and that he pretended to be drunk. He claims Diddy and Meek Mill went into a room together and he recorded the sounds, hoping to make some money. Meanwhile, Bobby Shmurda has suggested that Jay-Z's Rock Nation may be behind the rumors about Diddy and Meek Mill.
Nobody's been catching more heat on the internet than Meek Mill. Meek Mill spoke on it. He's like, I hate these people on the internet. They just keep speaking on him.
So it's like, you know, I came off the team. I'm gonna tell you what's going on with Meek. I left with a team that Meek was on. Meek left that team, and ain't be that team. They come for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta understand everything in a relationship is like a relationship with these labels, right? And leaving like a girl with a lot of power. And like you could have gave that power. You giving that girl some good dick, right? But she has a lot of money and a lot of power. She's gonna try to make your life a living hell.
Yeah.
And anything that she's gonna we own the internet. That we're gonna spread all the rumors about you. I'm gonna put 1,000, 3,000 comments making jokes. I'm gonna pay for 3,000 comments whenever you post.
All about
it. And then my is like, it's not even. I tell Meek, it's not even Meek. It's not even that they doing it, bro. They gonna do it. They try to call me gay. I most ever out there. Like, come on, for real. Let's be serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even that. I'm not even mad at them doing it. It's be the that believe it. That's what you gotta be. It's like they gonna. I don't want to say that word. They're gonna do female like that. Niggas gonna do female spread rumors regardless.
They're naive.
But the mother not the naive people. That's the ones believing it. I'm talking about the ones that believe in it are the suckers because they just want it to be true because they hate us. You feel me? They hate it. Like there's no way he can't be fucking all those. He gotta be doing something. There's no way Meek could be that rich. There's no way Bobby doing it. There's no way they doing that. But we are doing it. You got all of that.
But why would Jay-Z be involved? Jaguar Wright has long claimed that Jay-Z is behind Diddy's downfall, so it's not surprising if he's also playing a part in targeting Diddy's friends.
To think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him. And so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday.
talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you?
The speculation about Meek Mill and Diddy's relationship grew after producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a sexual assault lawsuit against Diddy earlier this year.
Why haven't anybody came out defending Diddy? All these celebrity friends he have, and nobody came out.
They brand. It's all about the money. They saw what he did to Cassie. With the kicking, the punching. They saw what they did to Cassie. They know that nobody in America liked that. So now, these people are represented by a brand. Whether it's something about the music, clothing, movies. They not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them, and they praying that they not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey buddy, we got you on this tape, and girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, you know, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking, and they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape. Because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form of fashion, you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bruh. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you gotta take your clothes off. He said that himself, bruh. So a lot of them, like what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on themselves all the time, man. You just gotta listen.
But why do you think Diddy had all them hidden cameras?
Bruh, when you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that wanted to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying?
It's not just about blackmail. Some believe Diddy is also selling the tapes of the freak-offs on the dark web.
Diddy's not going to jail.
Wanna know why? Because he doesn't intend to stand trial. Why would he sell his tapes on the dark net?
Is he protecting people, or are people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
How come you think it doesn't get leaked to the public?
The dark net?
Yeah, like...
Because of the dark coin. Most people don't even know that the dark coin exists. But that's how they're trading for all of the flesh they sell. Which is why I became so outraged last year when the twins turned 16 and he had them dressed like prostitutes and then he auctioned them off as NFTs because the NFT that he sold them to was attached to that dark coin. It was like a promissory note to sell his daughters to the highest bidder.
Jay-Z's lawyer recently said a legal ultimatum was needed to force Piers Morgan to edit an interview where a guest made serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyoncé tied to the criminal accusations against Diddy. The lawyer, Jordan CV, called Morgan's broadcast filled with lies and criticized it for exploiting the situation.
No vindication for me, because for 4 years I've been screaming not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
There's been obviously a lot of
cruelty-free artistry.
Right, there's been a lot of rumor mill about what has happened in the rap world. A lot of allegations that the misogyny in the lyrics clearly was based on a general misogyny towards women away from the music, and that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met.
Jaguar Wright, with a large following on Instagram and TikTok, has made several claims about the music industry. Targeting Diddy and Jay-Z, TV personality Nick Cannon also shared his experience with Diddy's infamous parties, where others, like Usher, attended while underage.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it. You did.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should
fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get them early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the f*** did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid. Listen.
We having a good time, yo. Your Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
If you don't mind me asking, because I know the topic is sensitive, what happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name, they doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear it?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when people say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas, man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, Nick was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened. And that's just, that's something that you heard. You don't know if it's true, you just heard it. So, and just to hear this, and this new thing where they saying that they got kids coming forward and said that he did that, man, that shit is crazy. And like I just said, that's just something that I heard. It's something that I didn't know. It's something that I ain't seen.
Meek Mill may have escaped relatively unharmed, but Diddy's actions toward other celebrities are said to be much worse. Tupac's stepbrother, Mopreen Shaker, has cast doubt on Diddy's denial of involvement in Tupac's murder, repeating these concerns in a recent interview.
If you someone like a Puff, you would be threatened by him, because every time you see Pac, he got a gun, like he got 2 or 3 guns, and he's like blatant. Pac is a dope dude. Don't get me wrong. He's not a bully or nothing like that. He's a funny guy. He's a nice guy, generous guy, peace-loving guy. But he wasn't having it. He just wasn't having it. So I can see why Puff might have felt threatened by Pac. I can see. So if it's true that what everyone is saying, Keefy D, everyone coming on these podcasts, the storyline about Puff paying whoever to do whatever, with Pac, if all that is true, like I said, he needs to be held accountable for it. He needs to be held accountable. It has to be accountability from him for his involvement in getting my cousin killed. I try to keep my personality out of it because, like I said, I'm not in that space anymore where I wish harm on someone else. I just don't feel like that anymore. But I do feel that he has to be held accountable if it's true. And I think there's a lot of truth to what has been said so far. I think the problem with what's going on with the Vegas PD, why they're stuck in that part of the investigation, is because they can't, I think it's money, but also it's because they can't find a corroborator with Keefy D's story. If they can find someone close to Puff that can say, yes, everything Keefy D just said is true, then they have a corroborating witness.
In July, Page 6 reported that Tupac's family was considering a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy over his alleged ties to the shooting. A source said people from Diddy's past were coming forward and high-profile attorneys, including Alex Spiro, were assigned to the case. Davis also suggested that Diddy paid dealer Eric Von Martin and could arrange a call with the driver involved.
Everybody knew that Puff took Tupac's blueprint and changed Biggs and Bad Boy in image. I Get Around talked about how fly you was, how many girls you mess with, how many cars you drive, how much money you got, what you willing to do. He took his image. Pac was the first one on the scene wearing Versace shirts. He went and got the same Versace shirts Pac had. Which, all right, some dudes would do that. You would never catch me wearing something that somebody else got. He was knocking down all the women that he thought Pac was knocking down. And what I mean is having sex with them. Why would you want to have sex with women you know for sure a dude that was once cool with you was dealing with? That's that image. Cause you gotta realize, bruh, Puff and Pac was cool at one time. We know this. Mopreem said that they was gonna sign the Bad Boy. So if he's gonna sign to Bad Boy, it was because of Corey and them. I put that picture on the internet. I put the picture on my channel of Corey Jones. Is Corey Jones, Corey Jacobs? I think Corey Jacobs and Pac right next to each other. Those are the ones who got the 16 to life sentences. That Pac was gonna go and be with them first. But then Mopreem said when it became just Big and Puff, because Corey knew went to jail, he changed his direction. But nobody know why Pac and Puff fell out like they did. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody know why. But Puff had an obsession with him for whatever reason it was, because he started wanting to act. He started wanting to rap. He had an obsession so bad that at his Grammy Award winning speech, he used the same speech that Pac used. That shit is crazy. So when I say I'm obsessed with talking about Puff and telling y'all the truth, who's obsessed with who? Pac had Sarah before Puff. Allegedly he had Sally before Puff. And Kim had an obsession or liked Pac so much, she on the red carpet with Tupac shirt on. Who's obsessed with who?
Recently, Cheryl McCollum, a crime scene investigator, suggested on * Banfield * that Diddy may have been involved in Tupac's murder. Former Bad Boy rapper Jamal Shin Barrow also criticized Diddy, claiming he was made the fall guy in a 1999 nightclub shooting. Barrow, then just 18, said he was focused on his music career but ended up taking the blame for the shooting that injured 3 people.
Nothing other than make my mother proud and make Belize proud and do what all of us want to do, be recognized for our talent and take over the world. I was defending him and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. So that is the context by which you must always describe that relationship. Yes, I forgave, I moved on, but let us not pretend as if I was in Miami for Thanksgiving and Christmas and that I saw a birthday cake. I went again to do a charity event for impoverished youth in London. So let us not lose sight of what the cold hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life and who I forgave and who I moved on, and for the better interest of Belize, because he was in a position at that time to give scholarships and to maybe invest. I would not deny attempting to bring the investment to Belize and to bring the contributions to education to Belize, but don't distort it as if, you know, he and I were bombale. This is someone that destroyed my life.
During the incident, Diddy and Puff Daddy allegedly fired a shot into the ceiling while with Jennifer Lopez. He claimed it was in self-defense, but Jamal Shin Barrow took the fall, receiving a 10-year sentence. Jaguar Wright believes Lopez lied under oath in her testimony.
When she's finally held accountable for the part she played in the harm that was put on Natanya Rubin's life.
Do you think they'll bring up charges on Jennifer Lopez?
They better. She committed perjury. And the attorney that was representing the defense side of that suborned perjury. Last time I checked, there's no statute of limitation on perjury. We can start there. Let's bring Jenny to the cell block. She's been to every other block.
Sometimes they'll open up a case to bring light on other cases. Do you feel the Shine, the club night with him and Jennifer Lopez will come back to light?
Oh, absolutely. It has to. It has to. If it was good enough to be content on Law and Order for what? The 12th season, episode 9?
Shine was released in 2009 and deported back to Belize, where he now serves as the leader of the opposition in the Belize House of Representatives. What's even sadder is that a woman has been claiming for years that Diddy shot her that day.
Watch them both fire their guns. I watched them. I got hit right here, in my nose, in between my eyes, which means I'm facing directly at you. Just like I'm looking at you, and I can tell you got on black shades. They kind of look like Cazelles and an Adidas shirt. That's exactly how I was looking at him. And I watched him shoot me. First thing I said when the bullet hit me, and listen, when right before the muzzle flash went off, when I had turned back to look, I heard God's voice say, relax, you are about to get hit, calm down. And when I screamed, no, pop, pop, and it hit me dead in my face. And I never passed out, I never fell, I never cried, everybody started running.
After Cassie Ventura's settlement, Lizzie Gardner filed a lawsuit on November 23rd. She claimed she met Diddy and Aaron Hall at an MCA Records event in the early 90s, and after an after-party, she was given drinks and coerced into sex with Diddy.
I mean, you know, she's alleging that she had to fight him off several times. You know, and she suspected that the tequila was spiked.
What?
A lot of lawsuits. You suspect more lawsuits are coming.
Well, see, the thing about it is, what people don't understand is that there's people that have stuff on Diddy from way back that lawyers would not fight it or take it. But now Cassie opened up those doors. I heard that there's a guy that's going way back and say that he put on a Sean John shirt and it tried to molest him. So he's taking his to court. That's some crazy.
I heard that one.
No, I'm just messing with you, Cam. But that's how crazy it is that everybody's gonna be suing him for all the little things. And that's why he probably knew something like that may come. Why would you put everything that you own in your kids and your mother's name and not have nothing in your name?
Gene was right, as more allegations came to light in late May. A 7th lawsuit was filed by Lampros, who accused Diddy of assaulting her over several years, starting in 1995. She also claims that in 1996, Diddy forced her and his then-girlfriend, Kim Porter, to take ecstasy and engage in sexual acts against their will.
Kim Porter, we all know about the time that she cut Diddy with a corkscrew. Do you recall any other time that her and Diddy got into it?
Well, I could hear it in the suite, in the hotel suite. And then sometimes when Kim lived on 70th something street and I would go upstairs with Diddy, you could hear in the hallway. And I would just shake my head when he come out or whatever, and Kim would be in the house. And it's always about where she was at or who she was dealing with. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna see you physically put your hands on nobody. I don't give a who you are, or well, I'm not gonna see you physically put your hands on her. You understand? That's not gonna be me. You know, first of all, I can't. The position I was in, you understand? investigator for child abuse, worked for Elite Investigations, New York State parole officer. I'm mandated to do something. You understand? I'm mandated to do something. If she says, yo, his bodyguard was right there, but I'm still moonlighting. I'm moonlighting as his bodyguard. I'm working as his bodyguard, but I still have that other function as a state officer. I'm mandated to do something.
Crazy, man. So you could hear Diddy putting hands on Kim Porter.
Well, see, he always do, like I told you, he be doing that. He'll start off, he'll have something on his mind, and he'll like that play fight with them. You understand? And he'll be hurting them when they to the point where they'll be like, yo, stop. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they got the room is locked. You don't hear none of that. And then, you know, Kim would walk out in her white robe, and you could see it in her face. But what are you gonna do?
Right. I always wanted to ask you this, man. Do you know anything about these after parties that Diddy be having?
Which after parties? There's a lot of after parties. There's a lot of after parties for a lot of different reasons. There's after parties if we doing it at the hotel after we do a party, or there's after parties after the after party. You understand?
right. I guess the one people talk about is the after party.
Well, those will be when him and somebody that he needs something from or wants something from, and he'll get those girls and he'll line them up with him.
A week after Diddy's arrest, Al B. Shore shared on Instagram his belief that there was a conspiracy surrounding the 2018 death of Kim Porter. He suggested that multiple people were involved and hinted that Porter, like Cassie Ventura, was about to reveal damaging information.
Because there's always been a rumor for a while now that, you know, she got killed because she was exposing a lot of stuff in her book. Is there any truth to that?
Unless they can hide unless she did her book on Google Duo and it's in the clouds and they could get somebody to get it out of there, she ain't got no book. It's just a conspiracy. Kim, it was alleged that she did have a book and that her book was about to come out. And she was talking about all the perils, everything that she went through in the music business and with Diddy. All the men that they slept with together, because there were men that they slept with together. There were swinging times that they slept with together. I don't know, man. How do you put your girl through some like that? Or how you look at your girl and knowing that she sexing another dude? What kind of demonic mind you have to be that far gone where that shit don't bother you for somebody that you love? But Kim Book was going to express all that. And I hope she did her book on Google Docs, or she did her book somewhere that is floating in the cloud of the internet that somebody could go get it one day. But I'm sure that he probably got hold to those tablets or whatever she had, allegedly, and got rid of them. They swimming with the fishes.
Wow, man. So she was about to expose all that in her book, them sleeping with men together.
She was gonna expose everything. I heard it was tell all.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Just curious, right? Did you know that Diddy and Kim had that type of relationship back then in real time?
Yeah. Because I know somebody personally that lives in Atlanta that was swinging with them, and I would never mention his name because he's a good brother and he knows my family down there. You know, he knows my family down there, and I would never, you know, put his name out there like that. You know, he's been in the music business. He done put a lot of groups, A-listed groups out there, especially A-listed groups from Atlanta. So I would never put his name out there like that. But, you know, when, you know, I got the key, I got the pass key to everything. But then when, you know, they needed more ice or they needed bottles and stuff like that, when I used to go to the door and I knock on the door and they open the door, and then, you know, my nosy, whoa, you see certain or they sitting in the jacuzzi together.
Brown's posts called for law enforcement to investigate those around Porter in her final days, especially publicists, who he accused of preventing her memoir from being published. The book, Hymns Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side, was saved on a hard drive by Porter and given to producer Chris Todd. Do you think more will come out about Diddy? Let us know in the comments.